Hello again, we're looking at another multi-tool. This time we're looking at the Surge. Now before I begin I will say I wish I bought this thing a long time ago. I've been collecting multi-tools now for over 5 years and only in the last 4 months I've decided to buy the Leatherman Surge. Why did I not buy this before? This thing is multi-tool perfection. It's big, it's sturdy, it's solid, it's nice and heavy. It has all of my favourite tools plus more. It looks great. You can't really say anything bad at all about the Leatherman Surge. To me, this is the perfect multi-tool. If I could carry it 24/7, I absolutely would, but for legal reasons, I don't. Now, before we look at the multi-tool itself, let's compare it next to its smaller brother, the Leatherman Wave, because for what it's worth, these are very nearly the exact same thing. So there's just a size comparison, because I feel like that's important. Honestly, I think the Surge is better value for money. Now, years ago, when I bought the Wave, I only paid about 60 quid for it. That was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. Now they're about 100 quid. Good luck finding a Wave for 60 quid. The Surge, when I bought it about 4 or so months ago, I paid about £100 off Amazon. You could still sometimes find them for that price, but you kind of got to look around. I would say about £100, £120 is a good price for a Surge. A lot of places, especially in shops, want about 150 to 180. I wouldn't pay that much. And some places are being wide about it and charging over £200. In fact, on Amazon they still have the original Surge. That's a Surge without the wire cutters and the one that has the eyeglass screwdriver. They're charging over £210 for that, which I think is a bit cheeky, to be honest. So this thing, nice and big, bulky, it is beefy, feels solid. I don't mind that it's heavy. In fact, I quite like it because I know that all of that weight is totally worth it. And like I said, I would EDC this 24/7 if I could. I probably would barely even look at any other multi-tool if I could legally carry this anywhere and everywhere all the time. But because of legal limitations, I can't. So what tools do we have here? Well, of course we've got that serrated blade, and you can see there a little mark. Now, I was actually thinking about making this UK legal. Some of you will already know that I did it with my Wave. So the Wave no longer locks. You can see there's a washer between the lock and the blade. I did that with both of the blades on the Wave, and the cutting edge is already less than 3 inches. So my Wave is actually legal to carry. Have a look around on my channel for the video if you want to see how to do that. That can be done on the Surge, but you kind of have to cut the blade down a little bit. You could either, remove some from the tip, or you could just be a smart ass and use a rounded file to make a choil in the knife blade, to make it to make the cutting edge less than 3 inches, and then obviously put a washer between the lock and the blade, or you could just cut that lock off. I wouldn't do that, to be honest. That's up to you. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to do it on the Surge because this is going to be my sort of working multi-tool. Obviously we've got the straight blade. One of the big draws to the Surge for a lot of people is the outside accessible scissors, which are really some of the biggest scissors you do get on a multi-tool, and I will say they are pretty nice. It is nice having that spring bar there opposed to the the tension bar, opposed to the spring that you get on a Swiss Army knife. Although I prefer the scissors on a Victorinox, I do really like that tension bar. And of course on this everything locks, which for most people is a good thing. I'm not a fan of that, just because of legal reasons. And of course here we've got the file, which can be changed. You just literally just pull this over to change the file to the saw blade. It comes with both. The Surge comes with this as standard. That's what houses the other tool. So here's the saw that it comes with, which is pretty much the exact same saw that you see on the Wave. Just this one has a T-shanked jigsaw bit, so I would imagine you could fit that on a jigsaw. Where did I put the little pouch? And of course you've got a secondary slot, so I've just got a standard jigsaw blade in there, although I am meaning to change that for a dedicated metal cutting jigsaw blade instead of this wood one. So that's one thing I really do like, and a lot of people like to make their own tools for that, which is nice as well. If we open it up, I absolutely love those pliers. Look how big those are. Those look mean. That'll do the job easily. Much like the rebar scissors, much like the rebar pliers, with their replaceable wire cutters. Not that I really get much use out of those. I don't need to cut wire, so I don't really use them. This thing really fills the hand nicely. That's definitely something to love about this multi-tool. Of course, we've got the rulers on the side, both metric and imperial. Inside tools, another thing I love about this. One of my favourite tools here is an awl. I just find these to be quite useful for poking holes in things, whether it's a leather belt or putting a hole in the wall to drive a screw in, or boring a hole through a piece of wood. And it's a nice feature to have that sewing eye in it as well. This is one of the features that the Leatherman Wave lacks. I wish that with the Wave they would just get rid of that small screwdriver and replace it with an awl. For me, that would make the Wave so much better, and I'd be more likely to EDC the Wave every day. Beside that, we've got a nice, really big flathead screwdriver and a small screwdriver. And the opposite side is pretty much identical to the Wave. So it comes with the bit driver with literally the exact same screwdriver bit as the Wave. And we also have the can opener, bottle opener, wire stripper. Now, I will say this thing is a lot nicer to carry in the pocket if you get the add-on pocket clip, and again, that's something that I postponed for a very long time. The Wave was one of the first multi-tools I ever got, I think, after the rebar, and only 3 or so months ago I decided to buy the pocket clip, which fits on extremely easily, if I can remember what side it goes on to. I think it's the other side. You just push the lock bar and it clips into place. Works the exact same way with the Wave as well. So if you have, say, a Wave Surge and Charge, you only need one clip, you could easily switch between them just in a few seconds, which is really nice. Now, like I said, this does make it a lot nicer to ride in the pocket of your jeans with that clip. The problem with just having a multi-tool freely floating in your pocket, same with anything else, is it sort of goes to the bottom and it goes to the side, and it looks bulky. You can see it in your pocket. With this, I don't know, it just makes it so much nicer to carry. Now, I'm gonna say to you, if you do decide to get the Surge, you're missing out if you don't buy this bit kit. This is another thing that I've been postponing buying for a long time. Yeah, they're kind of expensive. My god though, I've barely used an actual proper screwdriver since I bought this thing. This bit kit has everything you need. We've got, I think it's 22 bits individually, which gives you about 42 tools. It's either that or it's 21 bits that gives you 42 tools or something like that. I don't quite remember. But you've got an entire set of screwdrivers there. Everything from flathead to Phillips to Torx to Allen key, and you've even got the small eyeglass screwdriver bit there for the Wave and Blast. So you're looking at about 20 quid for that. Buy it. I mean, the Surge, it makes a Surge so much better, the Wave as well, but it just adds so much more functionality. Now, the sheath, I didn't actually pick up the sheath to do this video. Mine did come with a sheath. It came with, is it nylon or cordura, or I don't remember what it's called. I actually wanted the one with the leather sheath. It was actually the one with the leather sheath that I ordered from Amazon. Whatever clown at Amazon sent the one with the wrong sheath, but I really couldn't be bothered sending it back and getting the right one whatever, it's a small deal anyway, I don't care. And I've had this in the pocket most of the time when I'm using it. Now, when do I use this? I like this a lot for around the house. I've been using it a lot in the shed, or at least I carry it in the shed with me. But whenever I go cycling, this goes in the pocket with the bit kit, because then I've basically got a full bit of drivers. I've got a pair of pliers, I've got a saw, I've got all that I need if I'm going cycling. Now, is that a good reason to carry this in Britain, because a lot of you will know we've got really poor knife laws? I would say yes. In my own opinion, that would be a good reason to carry a multi-tool. Whether the police see it that way, well, that remains to be seen, but to me, that is a more than good enough excuse to have that with me. I also like to take it when I'm going walking. Why would you not want a multi-tool in the woods? I mean, it's got a knife, it's got a saw. You know what I mean? I'd say that's plenty good reason to carry something like this. So for me, that's where I've been using this. Excellent multi-tool though. Don't think there's really that much more I could say about it. I definitely think this is a 10 out of 10 multi-tool. I don't think you could really get any better than a Surge, to be honest. Well, anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.